Obviously, thank you to all of our viewers on YouTube. Thank you to all of our viewers on Twitch and Theta. And also, thank you to all of our viewers on our TikTok Live. We do every single day. So we got viewers from all over the place. We're making our charge up towards 5 million total followers. What's the latest number on that?
Give me just a second.
Yeah, we'll take. Oh, someone said pair of Guays. Is that funny? I don't know why you would say that. Two Guay. We're gonna take a look at the markets here in just a second. We're talking about AAVE's. AAVE's got some big news going on right now, and then last but not least, we will be talking about crypto in the year 2070.
So we're at.
Will I be alive?
Yes, cryogenically frozen.
Thank you. That is correct.
2.656 right now.
2.656. So we're getting closer to 2.7 or to 4.7, and then we will be moving up from there. So, okay, we'll be about a quarter of our way through the contest. And we got a big, I can go ahead and talk about this NFT thing we got going on, I think.
Yeah,
with Trey Mancini?
Yes.
Yeah, just so you guys know, on Friday, we are going to have, during our live stream, we're going to have a 5 to 10 minute interview with Trey Mancini. If you don't know who he is a baller for the Baltimore Orioles. He's actually in the Home Run Derby. I'll be honest with you, I would love to go to that Home Run Derby and watch, but they took it out of Atlanta, and I'm bitter about that, so I'm not going to go. So, Denver, you can suck it. We got that going on, but he's going to be launching an NFT. I think it's 100% for charity, and we're going to be doing this on our platform. We're going to be doing this, minting those, and so you can look forward to that later in the week. We'll have him on, so a big, athlete guest on the channel. So excited about that. Let's go ahead and jump into everything right now. 1.13 million subscribers. We've had a little uptick in subscribers. Should be going up to 1.14 soon. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, where you can get access to our giveaway. We will have that Twitch entry tomorrow. I've confirmed that tomorrow. And also, don't forget about our crypto meetup. We've got this going on at Battle and Brew in Sandy Springs, Georgia. And I think I want to do the next one in either Nashville or Texas.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of requests from Nashville, and I think Nashville will be good because I know we have a lot of people in the Carolinas. That'll grab them as well. So I think they both make sense.
Kentucky's right north of Nashville, so we'll be doing that. Let's see here. We got, since ByBit isn't going to allow U.S. citizens to withdraw, is there a place to leverage trade ETH, USD, and where to store XRP? Now that ByBit's out. Now, for this ByBit news, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. We'll have more news on it here in the future. According to the email I got this morning, it's kind of similar to KuCoin. Like KuCoin, you don't have to do KYC unless you withdraw more than 2 Bitcoin per day. So if you're withdrawing less than 2 Bitcoin per day, I don't think you have to complete the KYC according to what I read this morning. I'm still getting more details on that. Femex, obviously, is another place you guys can trade. You can get access to Femex on bitboycrypto.com/deals. Right down there on the screen here. I'm showing the screen. You can get access to the Femex deal right there if you want to do that. So we'll have more details on the ByBit stuff. I don't think it's as, it sucks whenever these exchanges have to kind of move to KYC, but it is what it is. So, and we had somebody that said Texas. We definitely are going to do one in Texas for sure. Just not the next one. So probably maybe like 3-4 months from now. So maybe at the peak of the bull market we'll be there.
And we also already did a Vegas meetup.
We did do a Vegas meetup. But we'll do another one. We'll do another one when I'm out there for the WSOP the beginning of November. I'm going to be playing in the World Series Poker main event. So if you guys want to come play poker, let's do it. All right, so let's check out the markets here. We'll also start here. $1.44 trillion approximately. $72 billion. The volume's still not great. Yeah, we want to do one in California too. I will be in California for family vacation August 4th through the 8th. So if you're at Disneyland during that time, you can come say hi, but we'll be doing a meetup during the family vacay. So that won't go over well with the kids or the wife. So Bitcoin dominance 44.4%. And look at that Gwei, 72. That's a big move up.
Huge.
Someone said Milwaukee. No, Milwaukee, you're actually not on my list of cities I enjoy right now.
Nope.
So, sorry, Milwaukee. I actually went to Milwaukee about 2 years ago. So 72 Gwei, I think that's a reflection of the DEX numbers back up, by the way. I think. The volume up affecting that. How many people watching right now?
About 5,000 on YouTube with 1,000 likes.
Okay, guys, let's try to go ahead and get those like button smashed. That's how we get more people here to the videos. So if you could, make sure to do us a favor. Go ahead and if you're watching on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the like button, and then hit the live chat icon again. If you're on TV, make sure to go down to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, hit more actions. Is it more actions or more options?
It probably depends on their TV.
It might be. And then hit a react, and then you can like from there.
And another real quick just housekeeping thing, if you are in this area and you're interested in editing and working for BitBoy Crypto and you have experience with Adobe products like Premiere and After Effects, we are looking for another editor right now. So please send an email to writing@bitboycrypto.com.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, look at Ethereum, $2,300, up 4% for the week. Wow, it is really crushing it right now. Bitcoin at 34,000, about exactly, up 1.56%, but down about 6% for the week. That 2,300 for ETH is very encouraging. I mean, we certainly are looking like we are going to see an Ethereum breakout soon. Binance Coin back at 315. That's good news. Cardano hovering around $1.41. XRP hovering around 66 cents. I mean, guys, that news I was talking about yesterday with XRP, it's really big. We're looking for something to break soon with that. I think we're going to see XRP really start climbing up soon. Dogecoin at 23 cents, and from what I'm hearing, might be good to also start accumulating some Dogecoin, which may sound counterintuitive to a lot of stuff I've said, but there could be a much larger play in action for the Muskrat and Dogecoin down the road. I've been hearing some things, something to just pay attention to, you know, high risk, high reward kind of thing. Polkadot at $15, up 4%, still down 6% for the week. Uniswap is crushing it right now, up 14%. Look at some of the other numbers. Solana, Chainlink, both having pretty good days. Biggest mover of the day, KuCoin shares. I saw J-Chains. Yeah. He must have sold, right?
Must have.
Must have. Synthetics crushing it again. Look at the top four. Look at 6 out of the top 7 there. KuCoin shares is not DeFi necessarily, but then we got Synthetics, SushiSwap, AAVE, Compound, Your Finance, Uniswap, Avalanche, Curve, PancakeSwap, make almost all DeFi. DeFi is about to come, I think. So
it's almost like that DeFi summer we've been talking about for a long time is actually
starting to happen. Damon says he bought the AAVE dip. That's pretty good. All right, so there we go. We got that going on. Let's check out the Bitcoin chart. And we want to let you guys know about, so tomorrow, we're going to start that tomorrow, right?
Sure.
Yeah, tomorrow we're actually going to be starting a new thing on the live stream where basically we're going to do the first 5 minutes are going to be an AMA. So for you guys that come in here in the chat while we're getting warmed up, while we're getting things going, while we're doing housekeeping stuff, we'll take questions from the audience. So if you want to get those questions answered, make sure you're here, you know, early. We come live to you every day at 11:30 a.m. EST, maybe 11:31, maybe 11:32. You guys get in a little bit early, start putting those questions in. TJ will dig through them and see if we can find some good ones to kind of get the show started with. So we'll be starting that tomorrow at the beginning. We think that'll be pretty beneficial. We can get more of what you guys are looking for. Okay, so here we go. We got Market Cipher pulled up for the Bitcoin chart, coming at 34,000. I mean, look, how perfectly that thing is bouncing off that line. Looks definitely like things are heading in an upward direction, in my opinion. We did have the yellow X. We had the blood diamond. I think they're going to turn out to be big nothing burgers on this one specifically. I did see Eddie Parrott in the house wanting to do a Detroit meetup. I was in Detroit a while. I was at the Falcons-Lions game a couple years ago where, let's see, what was it? We ended the game, Detroit ended the game on a touchdown and won the game, but then they reviewed it and say it didn't get in, and there was a 10-second runoff, and we won the game because of it. It was a really, really wild inning. But they got us back last year. Okay, back to the chart here. That's the daily. Let's check out the hourly, see what's going on. I mean, guys, are y'all feeling like things are turning bullish here? I want to know from you guys in the chat. Are you hashtag bullish or hashtag bearish? I want to know what the general sentiment is right now. I've got a feeling I know what it's going to be. I think a lot of people are starting to feel that bull come back. And guys, it really just is, and we're going to look at a lot of these FUD stories. People that watch this channel are not stupid. You guys know what's going on in this market. A lot of people say, oh, if you just say manipulation all the time, then, people will believe it. We are looking at very coordinated manipulation in this market, and we are going to look at a very coordinated upswing back up, and that's coming at the middle of this month. Don't have an exact date on that. I've been trying to dig around and find exact dates, but what we're seeing is we're going to look at a lot of FUD stories today. But overall, the sentiment is turning. Why? Because it's forced. It's going to be forced to turn. There have been things set into motion for July that are going to see the price go up by the end of this month. So I would say by the 20th, I think, and it's kind of like this, and this is kind of what I was talking about with one of my guys that gives me information on this. It's kind of like this. When the market is manipulated so heavily to the downside, like we saw in May, okay? And now, towards the end of July, we're going to see this manipulated the other way. We're going to see it start going up. A lot of people are going to have sold out. We see the YouTube numbers. We see the numbers across the board, not just for our channel, but for crypto channels in general. People have already left this market. They're going to come back, obviously, when the price starts to go up. But they're going to be bitter because they're going to buy back in at the top because that's what we basically see these people do consistently. They buy the top and they sell the bottom, okay? They're going to be very sorry. But when this market starts moving back up, like we know it's going to happen by the end of this month, I would say the 20th at the latest is when we will start breaking out. All of the market manipulators to the downside, they've kind of they already know that this is coming. They already know that the upward action is coming. So it's going to make it fruitless for them to continue to push the price down. And so that's why I definitely think that we're going to see, once we start to break out, we're going to see strong movement. But starting next week, I believe, we're going to see slow stair steps up. This week, I don't really know. I hope we can get back around 36,000 this week. But I'm not looking for 40,000 this week or anything like that. If it happened, it would be good. But yeah, I don't think I see people talking about a bull trap. I don't think this is a bull trap by any stretch of the imagination. So you guys will find out. If you guys have not been listening to what we've been talking about, pretty much the market has played out exactly like we said for the last 3 weeks. So the information I'm getting is good. And you guys, I'm waiting for some pats on the back here in about 2 weeks. FinCEN said it's prioritizing digital assets. What was that other? Did you see the thing the cat shared to us about that secret meeting that's going on? And I think it happens in Wyoming every year. Did you ever see that?
I didn't.
There's a big meeting going on. I think it's this week about crypto and tech and all kinds of stuff. So, okay, so let's go ahead and move on here. Let's get into the over-the-counter shortage. Where is that? Here,
it should be
here.
Like Glassnode data.
Yep.
I know last night on Around the Blockchain, we were talking about exchanges having a big shortage, whether it was a Bitcoin shortage or an Ethereum shortage. And I know they pulled up a Glassnode chart, should be up on your screen, that shows the over-the-counter exchanges specifically and where their supplies are at.
Yeah. Somebody said that the Wolf of, what's his name? Wolf of All Streets?
Yeah.
Scott Melker?
Scott, yeah.
Yeah. Who got caught pumping and dumping, by the way. If you guys don't know, he literally got caught red-handed pumping and dumping. Was that?
I think more than once, I think.
Yeah, like literally comes out and says, and I swear to God on this, we have never done this one time. I don't care what people say. Nobody's ever found anything because it doesn't exist. We've never done this. He would literally put out a tweet, and then within 5 minutes, you could see the funds going out of his wallets as it pumped up, selling them. Okay? This guy said there's zero manipulation. I wonder who he's protecting. Wonder who he's hiding. I'm just saying, like when you get caught red-handed doing stuff like that, to me, you lose the ability to come out and say there's zero manipulation because guess what? He was literally doing manipulating. Literally manipulating. Literally. So look, he came out and he apologized for it and he owned it. So that's fine. Like if somebody does something like that and they come out and they learn from it and they make a mistake, then certainly we can forgive and we can move on and we can, not trash the guy, or say bad things about him. But he literally got caught red-handed on Twitter multiple times. There were multiple instances. It was one time he basically got caught, but it was multiple times that people had showed that he had done that on Twitter. And, he admitted it. He said, yeah, he did it. And so he took responsibility. So you got to give somebody credit that at least takes responsibility. And look, we've not been perfect on this channel. We've made mistakes in the past, for sure, on some things. We got scammed ourselves by a couple projects over last summer, and we learned from those mistakes, and we changed a lot of what we did and a lot of what we do here. So hopefully he learned from it and can move on. But for somebody that literally just got caught for manipulation to say that there's zero manipulation, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. You guys tracking with me? Yeah. Think about it. Use your brain, folks. Okay, so here we go. We got the total over-the-counter balance here. And you guys can see it is going down. It is at the lowest point. So let's check out how far back this goes. That's a custom range.
Let's go. A year. Yeah, when I was looking at was a year.
Nope, much longer than that.
We need to see March. It's the lowest it's been since March 2020, basically.
Yep. March 2020, it was this. Wow. So basically, like right after the market dump, everybody bought is what happened there. So people were buying over the counter. So you look over here. Look, I see somebody in there saying we've never done that. We have never done that a single time. Go find evidence. Find evidence. I get so tired of people that make baseless accusations on air, and somehow those people are made to look like heroes. The people that make fake, false accusations. You know, you can actually go to jail for that. I don't know if you know that. You can actually go to jail for making false accusations. Certainly be sued for it. So we've never done that on this channel. I don't care what haters say. They're just jealous of what we've done here. You think I would come out here this bold and say we've never done that one time? Never one time have we done that. And you can look it up. You can look up the wallets. You can find all the stuff. You can do all the research. We've never done it, period. People that just like talk smack. Here's what it is. People that are bad people, they don't trust people who have good ethics and morals. Ethically and morally, we disagree with that. And we've never done it. What happens is you have people out there that are bad people, and they cannot possibly imagine being in the position to be able to make millions of dollars doing something unethical and not doing it because they have no morals and values. Period. Point blank, period. So I get fired up about that stuff because it pisses me off when people just, they just say stuff. They just bump their gums. And, you know, sometimes it's real hard for me not to want to bump them back, if you know what I mean. So, all right, so here we go. We're looking back at this. If you go back over here to March, and you see what happened with the over-the-counter. And then, of course, look, that led to a gigantic run-up. What really is interesting here is you look, I mean, we've been basically in bearish action on this over-the-counter supply here for a while. Now, what is over-the-counter? Okay. Somebody said, let's check that out real quick. Let's go glance at this.
And real quick, while you're pulling it up, over-the-counter is,
I was going to explain that, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Well, no, you can go ahead and do it while I'm looking up this.
It's basically in a deal that happens from a broker. Basically, the broker finds somebody that has a lot of Bitcoin, somebody who wants to buy a lot of Bitcoin, and they broker that deal. There is no exchange like Coinbase or Kraken or Binance, like where most of us buy. It's for when people want to buy millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. You can't just go to Coinbase and do a $3 million. I mean, I guess you can, but you wouldn't probably want to.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so it is on the Heiken-Ashi candles here on the 1 day for ByBit. Somebody just pulled this up. Blood Diamond just printed. I would say, you know, we looked at this a while back. The last time we got a Blood Diamond here was a long time ago. And you guys can see it led to literally nothing. It actually led to a pump up. What we're seeing right now, and this might be, you know, testament to a lot of the market manipulation that we've been seeing that supposedly doesn't exist, is these signs are not translating into gigantic drops. I mean, even if you look over here, look at the yellow X. Look at the yellow X. Those are heavy whale manipulation signs to the downside, okay? We've not seen these drops from these. We have not seen it. And so on this Blood Diamond on the daily, I'm not scared at all of it. The daily chart, these have not materialized into things that are absolutely, you know, absolutely huge to the downside. We haven't seen it. So this is the daily chart. It has not necessarily, it has not fully printed yet. But, you know, kind of like we're looking at these stories here, we'll see there are so many FUD stories going on right now. I just want to read you guys these articles, okay? Read you the titles. Somebody said, what is a blood diamond? Basically, this is when market Cipher indicates a large drop coming. We look at the smaller time frames. We look at the smaller time frames, and we've seen this happen where you get a blood diamond in the market dumps. I think on the 4-hour chart, we had a blood diamond right before the gigantic market crash and things like that. So we'll have to see if it prints. Somebody's saying it has about, it's got several hours before it actually prints. So we'll see by the end of the day. Maybe we can take another look at it maybe on Around the Blockchain. Okay, so you move to the...
What?
Where was I supposed to talk about the FUD articles? Just read the stories?
Yeah, just basically, I think he was supposed to put them after this, but more or less, because the Wyckoff shows the manipulation.
Yeah, there's just not a spot for it. So we'll lead into the Wyckoff on this.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. We're going to look at these titles. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki warned a historic market crash is coming, trumpeted Bitcoin, and channeled Warren Buffett in a recent interview. Then we got this one. Bitcoin, look at Yvonne Taylor. Golly, she's dead serious. Bitcoin mining is turning a New York lake into a hot tub, says a resident. Okay. Bitcoin stock to flow rooted in hard money narrative goes off course. Now look, guys, just look at the picture. Off course, off course, off course, off course. It doesn't track it exactly. It does not track it exactly. It never has. Bitcoin resumes losing streak after weekend strength evaporates. Why Bitcoin could face another sell-off before racing to 100K. And I think that this title here is really appropriate because this one right here does start to indicate the confusion that's going on. I told you guys weeks ago, for several weeks, we were going to see a lot of confusing stories about this market. It was going to seemingly going up, seemingly going down, and that is what we've seen as the big players get ready to move the markets up. I just want one thing. I want one thing. I want, when the middle of this July goes up, and at the end of the month we're heading back up, I want my credit. I want my credit. I want my credit for this. And you guys will see who's really got their finger on the pulse of what's going on. Very confident in this. So let's get to the Wyckoff story here, or Wyckoff. Some people say Wyckoff. I say Wyckoff. Bitcoin targets $36,000 key Wyckoff level with altcoins set to grind up heavier.
Can you go to the left a little bit? There you go.
Grind up heavier. Do you want to grind heavier, TJ?
Sounds fun to me.
You are quite the grinder. Okay. According to Wyckoff analysis, he's single, ladies. He's single, ladies. According to Wyckoff analysis, a popular method for charting BTC price action, $36,000 marks the likely end of a phase C and the beginning of a phase D for Bitcoin US dollar, with trajectory favoring the upside. Yummy noodles?
Yeah, I'm going to make him a mod.
So they want to found. Yeah, sure, go ahead. BTC dips to the $33,000 area and holds the orange higher low perfectly, Rec Capital said. According to the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, BTC is now in the very final stages of phase C. Bitcoin needs to break past $36,000 to enter phase D. So here we go. This is the current Wyckoff scenario. This is the Wyckoff accumulation. It shows where the spring was. It shows where we're at now. You can see we should be heading up higher. That's why I think 36K is a reasonable target this week. Hopefully we will hold that. And if you see it, it looks like, according to this, it should go up to about 37, about 38 actually, pull back to 36, and then get ready to move up for phase D, which could see it. And look at the timing on this. Look at the timing. Very interesting, isn't it? The middle of the month would be about right here. And you can see it looks like we'll be back above 40 by the middle of the month. Trader Philb, never heard of this guy, Philb, offered a more sobering view. Bears, he warned, were still in command of levels that have attracted the highest volumes to so-called point of control. Trend remains down. He summarized on Monday, bears dominating the POC, middle of the range. It is what it is until the POC becomes support. Then it talks about altcoins. Most likely expectations, altcoins will be grinding up way heavier than Bitcoin in the coming period. They look great and got destroyed through the final drop to 30K. Therefore, I'm expecting them to continue outperforming Bitcoin in the coming months. I mean, altcoins got absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed. So, I think that when it comes to altcoins, like, yeah, they're probably going to outperform Bitcoin over the next few months, but we've got to have Bitcoin perform well to really get them to move. I saw some people, I think I saw Elio, maybe it was, talking about on Twitter, maybe sideways action for Bitcoin could be leading to altcoins pumping in the short term. I don't think we're going to be in the sideways action for much longer, maybe another week, 2 weeks at the max. But I don't see, outside of DeFi projects, I don't see altcoins like really starting to run up, very soon. How about that? Back over 11,000 viewers today, so we got 3,000 likes. How many did I say we could get to? 5,000?
You hadn't say. I was going to say let's up the goal.
6. Let's set it for 6, guys. Let's see if we can get 6. Go ahead, do us a favor. Hit the like button, and let's recognize when we get there. Hit the like button for us. If you're watching on mobile chat or on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the like button, hit the mobile icon. If you're watching on TV, make sure to go down to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, hit more actions or more options, and then hit react. And just a reminder, we do have that AMA going tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, every day when we do the live stream, first 5 minutes will be an AMA. Okay, so then we got most institutional investors expect to increase crypto exposure by 2023. This is a positive Bitcoin story. We're starting to see more positive news coming in. This is still the last one.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. It's 3 tabs. Maybe we should give you access. Well, you can see that, can't you, on the screen? Maybe not.
What? No.
Oh, you have to go find it. Okay, so a survey found 82% of institutional investors expect to increase their exposure. And I saw a chart. About Ethereum, by the way, for this. Talk about this. Any juicers here? No, this is strictly a non-PED live stream, guys. We don't need juicers in here trying to hit homers. I don't need that. But anyways, guys, when you look at this, I saw a different chart. Is this the one? It's probably not on here. It's not. But the fact is that we are seeing Ethereum right now. And I'll tell you this. So, look, the number I've been told, this is not my analysis. This is not my research. It's not my prediction. My prediction was $322,000 sticking with the stock to flow chart. The number I've been told that Bitcoin is going to this year by people that seem to know is $100,000. It will probably go a little above that. And I would guess it's going to go about $120,000 based on Dan Moorhead from Pantera Capital. His statements of $120K, he's probably going to end up being dead on. That's what I've been told. It could go a little bit higher, maybe 150, 160. But the fair value for Bitcoin established by the institutions right now is $100,000. So we'll be going up to $100,000 this year. Here's the interesting thing for Ethereum. They don't have a price. They have not, the powers that be have not set the price that they want Ethereum to be for this year. And so what does that mean? Does that mean it's got a lot more bullish topside? I would say it probably does, but I don't have a number for that. But I saw a poll of institutions, and over 50% of them expected Bitcoin, I think it was to hit, or no, expected Ethereum, it was Ethereum, expected Ethereum to be $6,000 or more by the end of this year. So that's a little bullish thing for you. Some of them thought it would be above $10,000. $10,000 is definitely a number I think Ethereum will hit this year. So the institutional investors are increasing their exposure to Bitcoin left and right. We also have this news from Pomp here. Ally Network, a digital payment provider, has announced they will put Bitcoin on their balance sheet. That's big because it's a payment network. So he says Bitcoin is inevitable. He says July 12th is a big date. Is that because that's the day he's going on Joe Rogan?
He hasn't said. He's been pumping it up a lot.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's marketing for something.
He'll beat us to Rogan. We'll be the next one, though. Maybe Charles will be the next one, I hear. But we'll definitely be on that list. Joe.
Hey, we got Jeb in the chat.
Jeb's in the chat. Yeah. Jeb, did you see that intro for Around the Blockchain yesterday? You were all over that thing.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. Okay, so let's get to this. World Economic Forum, blockchain can help dismantle corruption, which is really interesting because the World Economic Forum is actually a giant ball of corruption. So actually, what this means is, the WEC is going to be, DOA basically when crypto gets here. They have called their own demise. In a publication released on July 5th, the WEF has detailed how blockchain technology can help reduce corruption in government systems. The WEF believes blockchain can solve corruption in areas as procurement, noting, you can tell this is like traditional people, noting that the sector is highly vulnerable to graft. Important notes that corruption in the sector is potentially due to financial gains. Let's see if we can pull up this. Let me pull this up. World Economic Forum.
You gonna pull up the blog post?
No, I want to pull up on Wikipedia. Here it is. Yeah, I think this is the group that I'm thinking it is. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find where is the list of members that is on this. So, World Economic Forum is based in Switzerland. Its mission is committed to improving the state of the world by engaging business, political, academic, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas. So the guy leading it right now is Klaus Schwab. I think Klaus Schwab. It's this guy. Do they have a picture of him? Yeah, and this guy is actually, I believe, one of the founders of that Great Reset idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember he was all over that. So where can we find a list of the members, I wonder? Board of Trustees. Christine Lagarde is on it. Mm-hmm. Jack Ma is on it of Alibaba. And there's big people that are on this and have been on it for a long time. So membership, I wish we could get the membership list. Let me see if I can find that because it's pretty interesting stuff. World Economic Forum membership list. Let's see here. Forum members. Interaction. Nope, that's not it. It's a little hard to find, I feel like. But I've seen the list before. Anyways, there's a lot of sketchy people on this, is the point. Very sketchy stuff with this World Economic Forum. Then also, we have this tweet here that goes along with this. U.S. Representative Rep. A. Gonzalez with a line of questioning that flips the typical argument against Bitcoin on its back. 99%. Listen to this. People are getting smart. Some of these politicians are actually getting smart. 99.9% of money laundering with fiat currencies goes unprosecuted. We know this. And I want to be equipped to show these clips, by the way, in the future. Let's work on that for tomorrow.
I think, you mean you want to play it?
Yeah, can we try to play it?
Yes.
Okay.
Play it. See what happens.
Is it going?
I'm not sure. I can't hear it, so probably not. But oh, we have to change. Yeah, that's still going to the headphones. You have to change your output setting before. But yep, now I hear it.
Okay.
You suggest.
Turn it up.
My earlier point that this uncertain
on Twitter,
regulatory
probably.
environment does
it's all the way up everywhere
and pushes projects overseas.
You can't hear it?
No, I can hear it. I just got to find.
And it forces Americans to do things like use VPNs as a workaround. And I think you rightly highlight that this is a bad outcome for Americans.
I think it's coming through.
That's correct.
Thank you. You also say that regulators are hesitant to get involved when relevant members are, your words, relevant members are hostile to crypto. Subcommittee chairs on this specific committee, they would qualify as relevant. I won't.
They qualify as relevant, but not hostile.
Right. Some potentially. So, assuming regulators are listening, and I didn't want to put you in that box there, but you did say it. Listening, I'd encourage them to listen to the full committee and not quote relevant members who say ridiculous things like people should invest in the California lottery instead of cryptocurrency, and suggest that if it's possible to lose money, that some people are going to make money and others are going to lose money, that whatever that thing is, whatever that instrument is, its effective should be banned. And also people who suggest that because there are money launderers and bad people who use cryptocurrencies, and there are, we know that, that it should be banned. I would like to cite a statistic by Katie Hahn, who broke up the Silk Road scheme a while back. 99.9% of money laundering with fiat currencies goes unprosecuted. 99.9. So, you know,
Enjoyed that. You definitely enjoyed it more than me because I had no idea what he said.
Yeah.
But long and short of it is, people are waking up to the fact that 99.9% of fiat currency, the fiat money laundering, goes unprosecuted. Why are we judging crypto to a different, in a different regard than we judge fiat currency? Well, it's all part of the plan. That's why.
He also roasted him for not allowing and encouraging people to buy California lottery tickets, but saying investing in cryptocurrency is too risky. He's saying it's just, you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth like that. It's ridiculous.
No, it's good to see some consistency coming to some politicians. But unfortunately, if you don't know, most of these politicians, especially this is why we like working with the states. We like working on the state level. We're working with Texas. Alabama's on our list of states we're going to be talking to soon. We got some other states, hopefully, in process here soon. We like working at the state level because on the federal level, so many of these politicians are placed. There's people controlling that. There's people behind the scenes. They're putting these lifetime politicians where they are, okay? And if you're not in the club, if you're not willing to go along with what you're told to say and what you're told to do, I'm not talking about your party lines, I'm talking about your financial backers, you won't make it. You won't make it. You will be out in short order. And it's wonderful when we have politicians that actually use their brains, like Anthony Gonzalez here. So hopefully, like I said, we will be seeing crypto, I think, turn into a more political thing here in the near future. Hopefully it goes well and doesn't go, in a bad way. So here we go. We got 3 stories. These are stories about countries or governments that are realizing if they don't accept crypto, they're going to be left behind.
Can you scooch it to the left? What's
that?
The screen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. This is from Vietnam. We talked about Vietnam yesterday on Around the Blockchain. We talked about Cardia Chain, which is it's the biggest Vietnamese project that I know of, and how that could have a lot of potential. We have big news here because Vietnam's central bank is going to pilot the use of crypto. Vietnam's Prime Minister, Pham Minh Chinh, has reportedly asked the country's central bank for a study and pilot of implementing crypto. It says, let's see, central bank has previously asked credit institutions to not use crypto as a form of payment. I mean, look, guys, the fact is that there was a time where there was a time when the governments, it made sense for them to kind of be against crypto in the earliest days. It's kind of sketchy, I mean, look, Silk Road is what put Bitcoin on the map. That's the truth. So you get it. But it's time now for these people and these governments to start changing, to start evolving, to start getting financially progressive, because this is where the future is going. If these countries don't get on board, they're going to get left behind. And, Vietnam, we definitely don't want Vietnam to get left behind. One of the 2 greatest currencies in the history of the world. Number 1 being the Ugandan shilling, which was the first fiat currency on Binance. And number 2, the Vietnamese dong. We do not want to lose the dong, for sure. You guys know there's like a big scam with the Vietnamese dong. Have y'all ever heard of this? It's very similar, I think, to some country in the Middle East like Denari. It's like it's this like never-ending urban legend of they're about to devalue their currency and all of a sudden the dong upgrade their currency and the dong's gonna be worth like so much money. Jim's dad actually back in the day tried to get us in on it. Jim did get in on it.
Yeah,
and he finally withdrew his $400 investment for $300 a few years ago.
Brian from New Money Gang, his dad was very into the Iraqi dinar, same kind of thing.
Yeah, the dinar. Yeah, that's what it was. The Iraqi dinar. Yeah, that's the other one. Don't fall for those currency schemes, guys. But anyways, Vietnam's state bank said to carry out a pilot implementation. We talked about it a lot yesterday. Don't forget to check out Around the Blockchain every day at 5 o'clock, where we talk about a lot of this stuff. Check out more of what we said on Vietnam yesterday. But the move is partly motivated by Vietnam's desire to remain competitive on the world stage. Then we got hope in South Korea's ruling party says, let's institutionalize crypto. Someone said big dong energy. Yeah, I mean, if you want to put time and effort into the Vietnamese currency, then, spend all the time on dong you want. There may be fresh hope for the South Korean crypto sector as the ruling Democratic Party launched a crypto task force with the new body talking in relatively upbeat terms about the industry. Democratic Party appears to be having second thoughts. Earlier this year, senior government ministers began talking about the need to crack down on an overheated crypto market. They hate it when those prices are going up because it exposes their fiat scams.
You saw that over the weekend, right? Where the guy doing the interview wanted people to stop calling the U.S. dollar fiat. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It was a meme, and I don't know what interviewer it was or what media outlet, but yeah, there was and I can't remember the person's name either, but it was a major political person basically saying, like, can we please stop calling the dollar fiat? Like,
what?
Exactly. Can we just lie more bold-faced in everybody's face? Yeah.
Well, people that say that don't understand economics. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Like, if you want to, like, change the definition of a word, which, hey, you know, Gen Z loves doing that already. No offense to Gen Z. We love Gen Z, but you guys do love changing the definitions of words. Like, if you want to just change the definition of a word to change it, then you got to change it. You can't call the U.S. dollar something that it is not. It is fiat currency, so you must call it such. It's worthless paper currency. It's a worthless representation of currency that is not tied to anything that's backed. So this was from the Financial Times.
That's the guy who said it. This was the
I know that guy. I've seen that guy talk before.
But
he's from the Fed, isn't he?
I think if you just Google it, don't call dollars fiat, all the stories are about that. That's really funny.
Well, hopefully we'll see some break in the U.S. Or in South Korea with heading, positive towards crypto. U.S. is continuing to have talks about crypto, states supporting mining laws being proposed. Guys, this is on BitboyCrypto.com. You guys can get access to all of our news stories we have here. This was written by the cat. I know you guys love the cat. The cat also loves the cat. About the same time last year, if you told anyone, we love the cat, the crypto digital assets were about to go mainstream, they would have laughed in your face. But now we have institutional adoption happening and integration into PayPal for buying and selling crypto. Over 70% of U.S. banks can offer their customers crypto and so much more. Texas passed right after I was there. It says right here, founder of and creator of BitBoy Crypto, went to Texas, and then right after I was there, they passed a positive crypto bill with Governor Greg Abbott posting a video on his Twitter account saying he welcomes blockchain technology to Texas. Texas ain't going to get left behind, I can tell you that. The new legislation creates much needed legal clarity for companies in Texas. Let's see here. Arkansas is a state. Arizona is making some changes. Hawaii. It looks like those are some of the states. Kentucky. We know Kentucky's got some positive mining laws that they put in. Louisiana has adopted a resolution commending Bitcoin. The one in Alabama actually got shot down, but there's still talks of bringing that to life. North Dakota made some crypto legislation. Wyoming, Florida, and Texas have encouraged miners. Let's see. We want to take the hash rate back from China. Of course, I mean, this is a good write-up. You guys should go read this whole article. It's got so much. If you really want to know what's going on with the landscape of crypto in America when it comes to regulation and legislation, make sure you guys go check out that website for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if he put it in there. I think it's in that article. But overall, 31 states out of all of them have crypto-friendly legislation proposed right now.
Yeah.
Which is a lot higher number than I would have expected. I mean, 10, maybe 15, but 31 was more than I was thinking.
Well, here's facts. This is about us versus China. That's what this is about. Once again, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but not the people of China. We love Chinese people. We love the people in China. We love Chinese Americans. Okay? The government of China. This is about the United States versus the government of China.
The CCP.
The CCP. This is the space race of our time. The internet, it's interesting, right? Because the internet didn't develop in this kind of country versus country way. The internet is what enabled us to be in this place in blockchain where this is going to be the space race. The internet is the underlying platform for this fight. Blockchain is going to be as big of an innovation in the world as the internet. It is a new layer on the internet. All of the problems that have been created by the internet solved by blockchain. Not some of them, not one of them, all of them can be solved by blockchain, okay? Still in the Wild West days of the internet, blockchain is the sheriff that's coming to town, okay? These states aren't stupid. The United States is not stupid. If you look at what happened with the space race against Russia, it took, and we talked about this in a video on Sunday where we looked at American mining, it took Russia getting into space for us to get to the moon, right? That's what it took. We had to feel that pressure. You got to feel that motivation to make stuff happen. Now, whether or not you actually believe we went to the moon is a totally different story, okay? But we have dominated space ever since. I mean, we're the only country in the world to have Space Force. I'm just saying. So anyways, guys, I think that's what these states realize, and that's why we're really bullish on states. Why, Georgia, where you at? Georgia, I'm here. I'm 20 minutes away. Invite me down there. Okay, so fake Tesla, Apple stocks have started trading on blockchains, and we've talked about this before. It's kind of what Synthetics was aiming to be, but now we've got some other people that are jumping in this game as well, some other exchanges. For years, the powers that be on Wall Street have toyed with questions about whether it would be feasible to move the stock market onto a blockchain. Fake versions of Tesla, Apple, Amazon. But you know what's interesting? The word fake really puts... Somebody said you're really claiming Space Force. Yeah, you're dang right. I'm claiming Space Force. I am. We're the only place that has it.
Ironically, Netflix actually has the patent on the phrase, or the copyright on Space Force, because they made the show first.
Look, I hope we don't have to have Space Force. I hope it's not a real thing that we have to have. But the muskrat wants it for sure.
It ain't. We're gonna have it.
We're gonna have it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's the idea of Space Force? Is that there's aliens out there?
If I had to guess, it would be once multiple
space
nations,
exploration.
Well, yeah, once multiple nations get up there, kind of exactly all that stuff you were talking about. What's everybody's motivation? What's the angle? What's the protection? It's going to happen. Well,
because I do want to be clear on this. This is one of my most controversial takes. One of my very most controversial takes that people know me for. Aliens are not real. Sorry. Ooh. Aliens do not exist. We are the aliens. That's us. That's it. That's all you got.
And all of the universe, all of those...
Just because there's a large amount of something doesn't mean something's going to fill it. So, just throwing it out there. Yeah, I definitely do not believe. I can give you tons of reasons why. And even if they did exist at one time, the chances over a multiple billions-year-old universe of us ever actually coming in encounter with each other would be basically zero. You got to factor in time. I can support this with a lot of arguments, which I'm not going to get into right now, because we will spend too much time talking about this. But I am a bold... It's popular to believe in aliens. You're made to look stupid. People are like, you're an idiot if you don't think, even though there's absolutely zero evidence, there's so much space. No, you got to factor in how many factors play in to Earth having sustainable life for a long period of time. And look, if you think there's mites out there, or if you think there's like one-cell organisms out there, or there are very, very low, I'll listen to that argument. I'll listen to that.
Intelligent life.
Intelligent life, not intelligent like a krill, like something a little higher up.
Right, something that would cultivate and build a civilization, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we'll have to maybe have a conspiracy hour podcast or something like that at some point.
My guy can't even pronounce aliens. I don't understand. I'm saying it's aliens. Aliens.
That's part of the joke, guys.
That's why I love talking about it so much. But yeah, I really don't believe in aliens at all. So, okay. Show them to me. Show them to me. Where they at? Okay. The tokens and the programming that allows them to trade, they talked about Mirror Protocol and Synthetics, are engineered to reflect the prices of the securities they track without any actual purchases or sales. At the moment, it's a case of innovation that's way ahead of regulation. I mean, that's what Bitcoin was. For Quan and other proponents of these new synthetic assets, avoiding the various rules and barriers of the financial world is a feature, not a bug. I do want to say this. I do want to say that I wanted earlier to point out the word fake. The way they use the word fake in this article is designed to make it sound negative, okay? But really what these are is they're synthetic assets. If you have synthetic motor oil, y'all got motor oil. Do they call that fake oil? No, they call it synthetic oil because it's a synthetic version of the oil. It's not fake oil. It's not what it's designed as, right? If you went to the store and you were looking up your motor oil and it said fake oil, would you be prone to buy that? I mean, human psychology would say probably not, okay? But the way this article says it, they want you to think these are fake. No, these are synthetic versions that allow people to invest in these assets that may fall outside of the jurisdiction in which they are traded. So far, trading volumes likely aren't high enough of these types of assets to cause executives at NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange to lose much sleep. Hey, guess what? Bitcoin wasn't making people lose sleep in 2010 when somebody bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. Mirrored Apple tokens, for example, have a market cap of only 34 million. That compares with about 2.3 trillion for the real stock and 1/1000th of Dogecoin. Projects bear watching by traditional financial institutions. I would say these are definitely, this article has makes it sound like that NASDAQ ain't worried about these. No, they're paying heavy attention to these, I promise. I promise. This is all up in their vision. They are thinking about what this means. I told you guys this before. Bank of America, not scared of Bitcoin. Terrified of decentralized finance. They're going to try to take as much advantage of it as they can in the short term to make as much money as they can, but they are terrified of DeFi. Why? Because of stories just like this. Synthetic versions. Because suddenly, this derivatives fake IOU game that these institutions have been playing for years, now we get to flip it on its head, and now we get to take part in it. Normal people can take part of it. People outside of the country can take part of it, and that is the beautiful thing about DeFi. Somebody said, shout out ATLians by Outcast. Love Outcast. Outcast, greatest of all time, of course. So sad that Andre went crazy. Billionaire crypto investor Mike Novogratz, founder and chief executive. Sorry, Andre, if you're watching. Big fan. I've met you before. You probably don't remember. Founder and chief executive of Galaxy Digital recently tweeted that players in the DeFi markets may regret it. They don't start abiding by so-called KYC and anti-money laundering rules. We're seeing a lot of this stuff with... they said Andre didn't go crazy. It's just unique. That's true. But, they were more powerful together, I thought. Big Boy was at the Hawks game the other night, which was cool. Yep. Were you at that one? When Big Boy was there?
Yeah, and I like how they do that ATL hip-hop, brackets or whatever. It's really cool.
Oh, the hip-hop brackets?
Yeah, it's amazing how many. I mean, Atlanta's got a lot of really good hip-hop
But
talent.
newer people I didn't even know were from
exactly.
here. Wyckoff Lucci and some other people I didn't know this were here.
So many.
Gucci. I didn't know Polo G's from Atlanta.
I like
big Polo G fan. So, Polo G, call me. Okay, so Fortune 500 companies and 1 billion users, Cardano Foundation shares its goals for the next 5 years. Let me get rid of this here. Migos always wins that, by the way.
They're usually
they love the Hawks players love Migos. They're at every game almost.
They're up there almost every game. It's Ludacris is up there a lot. Lil Nas
Two
X,
Chainz.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is almost always there.
Yeah, it's the similar.
Chris Tucker is almost always there. He's not a rapper, but
it's a similar Final Four almost every time.
Yeah. I was just saying that all those guys sit there at the game. But what I was going to say is next year we're courtside, so we're going to be right there with them folks.
Chatting with them.
We're going to be chatting. He may change his name to Two Biddies before it's over. According to the CF strategy, 3 Fortune 500 companies could hold and use ADA. Huh, very interesting. Lines up with what I've been telling you. What is going on with my watch? I finally got this watch working. Do you remember how I broke it? I took it off and threw it during the stream. I got it working, though. It only took me 6 weeks. Other objectives include increasing the diversity of on-chain activity, publishing 3 more white papers, and promoting wallet address growth by 2026 when the Voltaire era. Ooh, this is exciting because this is actually the first this is the first time that I've seen Voltaire actually referenced in an article, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's been talking about Alonzo and all this stuff, which is the hard fork. I mean, we're in the Gauguin era. We're talking about the Voltaire era. Ooh, that's exciting stuff. Cardano will turn into a self-sustaining system that will be managed by its users entirely. Proof of Stake blockchain plans to develop a suite of services for a nation and onboard 1 billion users. Furthermore, it expects 10 Fortune 500 companies to hold ADA by 2026. While Cardano is known for its ambitious goals, critics often mock the project for not fully delivering on them. Well, not fully delivering on time. They do fully deliver everything they say they're going to deliver.
By the way, we're at 5,100 likes right now, so I think we can get to 6K.
Let's try to get 6K. We only need 900 more. Do your part, BitSquad. Make sure to exit out of the live chat. Hit like. Pull up the live chat if you're watching on TV. Bottom left. All you got to do is hit more actions or more options and hit like or hit react, and then, of course, like the video. So appreciate that. So I said Migos is garbage. Migos is not actually my favorite. They got some hot songs. But
I would agree. They're not garbage, but they're definitely overhyped. Like,
yeah,
they're good, but they're not as amazing as everybody acts like they are.
Yeah. I like Gucci pretty well. Gucci's one I like.
Yeah.
Okay. Tardigrades or basic aliens? I don't know what that is. Is that a coin I accidentally just shilled by reading that? Maybe.
I have no idea. Maybe. Look at it. His name is TRDG.
I know. That's what I saw. So I don't know. Maybe I did. Last week, plenty of Twitter users started trolling Charles Hoskinson by retweeting his rather poorly aged prediction about the blockchain progress from July 2020. Chris Bernitsky said, did any of this happen? This time next year, I predict there will be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, tons of interesting projects, and lots of unique use and utility. 2021 is going to be so much fun watching Cardano grow and evolve. Community is definitely ready to innovate. Guys, this is what I'll say about this. Charles is bold, okay? He makes predictions. He's got cojones. They don't always turn out to be right. It's what we do on this channel. So many people, they like to live in the gray area of not ever having to say one thing definitively one way or the other. Some people are just built different. Because you know what? When we come out and we say things that we're going to do on this channel, or price predictions that we believe these things are going to get to, it motivates us to keep working. It motivates us to deliver the best possible thing we can deliver because we feel the pressure of our own predictions that we've made. And I think that's what Charles does too. He made a bold prediction. Guess what? The roadmap's about 6 months behind this year. Is that the end of the world? No. And I get so sick of people that say things like, Cardano's never going to launch. Look, Charles is so wrong about everything. I get so sick of people that say, oh, look, you've been so wrong about the market this year. Up until 2 months ago, we called it dead on almost the entire, for the last 18 months, we called it dead on. I was telling people, you got to look at the big picture. I was telling people to buy Ethereum when it was $100. Really going hard at it at $200 and $300. Where's the price today? $2,300. Do you know every single time I meet somebody out there in public? I met a guy at the Hawks game the other night. He was on the first row. A lot of times on the first row is where somebody will recognize me. You know what he said? He said, it's so nice to meet you. I know you from YouTube. I made so much money this year because of you. People that have been listening to us for more than just the last 6 months especially, they made so much money. And we made a lot of predictions, and most of them came true. And I still think by the end of this year, a lot more of them are going to come true. I still believe that. But be bold, and that's what Charles is doing. Don't be a person that's hypercritical for somebody else who's trying to better their lives and better your life and really better the world, because that's what Charles is trying to do. Look, Charles drives a Lamborghini Aventador, okay? He's a billionaire. I don't know if you look up his net worth, if it'll show that exactly. This guy's a billionaire. He don't have anything to prove. He's doing this because he loves what he does. He wants to change things, and you really see that come out. And I appreciate that for one. I don't like when people give him such a hard time. But that's what people on the internet are designed to do, or be overly critical and things like that. But Cardano overall is crushing it. It's going to continue to crush it. The money is flowing in. 3 Fortune 500 companies are going to be using it, it says. Is now the number 3 institutional coin. Like, do the math, guys. In 4 years from now, do you know how stupid people are going to look if they go back to tweets from this era for people giving Charles a hard time? They're going to look like the lowest IQ individuals that were ever around. When in doubt, zoom out, look at the big picture. Cardano was a penny in the bear market. A penny. Remember that. And then remember who the stupid people are. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Nobody on this channel is stupid, though. Y'all are all the smartest people. Also, over $30 billion in ADA state as Cardano gears towards largest network transformation. I mean, this is kind of the same thing we just talked about. So, Lonzo hard fork coming, smart contracts coming.
And we're actually going to start staking some Cardano, starting some pools here, hopefully by the end of the week. So more news on that next.
By the end of the week?
Yep. It's almost ready.
Ben versus normal size drinking vessels.
Well, that's a lot smaller than the normal one.
Yeah, the other one I have to really actually hold it like this. It's not good for holding up. This one I like to hold up. We haven't drank a bang in 2 weeks now.
Good for you. Somebody, yeah. I don't know if you saw it earlier in the chat. I think on Twitch, somebody said thanks to you for helping them quit their bang addiction.
Oh.
So somebody quit with you.
That's right. When you watch this channel, you will stop banging.
And we're at, yeah. I'll leave that alone.
What?
Well, I was going to say
drinking
a lot
bang.
No, yeah, I was going to say a lot of the people that watch this channel might have never been banging to begin with. Crypto.
They're more coffee guys, you know.
Yeah, right.
Corey said updated price predictions. I gotta wait and see how things shake out over the next 6 weeks. I think so. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're at a decision point right now. Also, 5,900 likes, so we're definitely gonna get it.
Yeah, and check this story out. Cardano leapfrogs Bitcoin as eToro clients' most held crypto.
I don't know if I believe this, but
Well, let me tell you, eToro is a more Wall Street kind of investor platform. It's not necessarily just crypto, especially across Europe. It already has a lot of stocks you can buy on it and stuff. I'm not a fan of eToro, to be honest with you. It's a long story. They use like a video of me without my permission, and then didn't want to give us anything for it after they had already used it. And it was just kind of you guys know I'm a people person. I'm a relationship person. So when you burn me, I ain't coming back. Ain't coming back. So that's my thoughts on eToro. I've never actually used the platform. Outside, I did a review on it very briefly early on, so I don't use it. But I'll tell you the fact that it is kind of a more, regular, traditional investor savvy platform. This doesn't surprise me, to be honest with you, because a lot of those people, if they're sticking to Wall Street, they're investing in the trusts probably. And so I don't know. We'll have to see. Cardano is going to be very exciting. People are going to be all over Cardano. So let's check out AAVE here. How many stories here on this? AAVE 2. Okay. AAVE up 16% on news of AAVE Pro launch. Speaking of more traditional ways to invest. Somebody says it's Ripple dead. Absolutely not. XRP is going to be pumping. The XRP army says they don't like it when I say XRP army because it sounds like I'm being negative towards them. So,
well, it's just they made up XRP army, not us.
Yeah, they did.
It's been around a lot longer than probably most of the XRP army right now. So, but yeah, I saw a thing on TikTok. That was a video somebody else was making referencing what we were talking about yesterday. They took the clip you did, and they referencing XRP army, and she called it like a cultish type following, which it kind of is. But I mean, we've never said anything really negative about it. It was
you have
about XRP and Ripple, not necessarily the XRP army.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what it boils down to is this: look, you get new information and you change things. I never thought the banks would actually use it. If you looked at the stats on it, if you look at the stats right now on it, it still does not look promising for XRP to be used by the banks. However, I'm getting information to the otherwise, and I'm sticking with that. And I think it's very good. Not only did we talk yesterday about e-banks, right? And we talked about in Brazil, we talked about XRP getting used or partnering with e-banks, a huge bank that's about to have an IPO in Brazil. What that means, it's huge connections back to Santander Bank, which they're also huge into Ripple, okay? Also, I had a second source yesterday telling me something that confirms what I've already heard, which the Middle East is gearing up for XRP also. So look, I mean, I don't want to fight against money. I don't want to fight against money on a philosophical standpoint. Like philosophically, you may disagree with a coin that helps banks, and that really is what XRP is from a philosophical level. But if that's going to make people that watch this channel a lot of money and it's going to help them change their financial situations, then hey, let's do it. I can't see, the thing about the XRP army is, like, I can't see getting cultish, and I'm not calling the XRP army a cult. I'm saying for me personally, I can't find myself getting cultish over something that is, that helps banks. Like, I talk about that a lot, how I hate the banks and I want to fight the banks. And XRP is going to make what they do easier. So, like, I'm not going to be a total, XRP, sellout may not be the right word, but I see the potential. And you can't fight against something that's being used. I mean, if we all of a sudden found out tomorrow that Dogecoin was going to become the currency of England, like, why would we fight against that, right? We'd put money into it and we'd watch the price go up because we know it's getting adopted and it's moving. And that's the spot we're in with XRP. This thing is getting adopted, I'm telling you guys. In about a year to 18 months from now, people are going to look back on what I'm telling you guys during this period over the last 3 months, and you guys are going to find out what we were given was 100% accurate, and the people that put money in XRP right now made a lot of money. And everything we're saying is going to come to pass. You guys will find that out down the road. But philosophically, like, I'm not going to be as bullish on XRP as I am on Ethereum for more philosophical reasons. If that makes sense. I love Ethereum. I love Cardano. I love decentralized platforms. That's my focus. The real people will tell you, I think they have Coil, which is supposed to be a decentralized platform, but I don't know how much that's really taken off. Corey wants to know, where does he buy XRP and buy it on KuCoin? And for the, ByBit was a place you could do it for a while, but now, they're making some changes to their KYC and things like that. Okay, so back to this AAVE story. I mean, we just keep it down there, and I'll move on from this. Because this is kind of along the same lines of adoption. Decentralized money market protocol, AAVE has revealed that its institutional DeFi platform, AAVE Pro, will launch later this month. The price of AAVE rose by 16% on the news. AAVE Pro, a permission version of its platform geared towards institutional investors, was first revealed during a webinar last week. Attendees of the Next Steps in Institutional DeFi webinar reportedly received a follow-up email with additional information on AAVE Pro. Letters said, due to extensive demand from various institutions, AAVE and Fireblocks, I believe, that's API launcher, I think. Isn't that what that is?
I'm not sure.
It works with Ethereum APIs, I think, is what Fireblocks is. AAVE, because they got hacked a while back, I think. So AAVE and Fireblocks are launching the first permission decentralized liquidity protocol, AAVE Pro, in July. Fireblocks closed at $133 million Series C financing round in March. Price of AAVE has been going up. It will support 4 assets: Bitcoin, Ethereum, AAVE, and USDC. Also, AAVE version 2 and AAVE Polygon will be liquidity pools, so interesting stuff there. And then it says here, AAVE Pro coming in July. This is that tweet that was from there. For those that didn't attend the Next Steps in Institutional DeFi Zoom with Stani, I guess it's Stani. Here's a recap of the email. So basically, we're seeing more institutions start leaning towards, DeFi, trying to get in on this. And we've got AAVE now offering that service. So pretty cool. Here's what cryptos will look like in 50 years. And I got to be honest with you. Let me tell you what I think. 50 years is getting pretty close, in my opinion, to the upper end of blockchain technology, when it will be probably peaking. Look at the internet, 1990. I don't know when the internet peaked. I guess there was probably a famous cat meme or something like that that really, kicked off the peak of the internet. Maybe we're in peak internet right now.
I was going to say, some people would say it hasn't peaked yet.
But if you look 30 years down the road from now, and 30 to 50 years down the road, things are going to really be popping. I actually believe that we will not ever see the last Bitcoin mined.
Meaning?
I think it'll be over by then.
The world?
No, not the world. I think Bitcoin will be dead before 2140. So that's 120 years from now. I don't think we will see the last Bitcoin mined. And the reason for that is simple. Look, technology is evolving at such a fast pace. Eventually, we will see something that comes in that totally, replaces crypto and blockchain as the new technology. It'll be something like way faster. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's, chips in our head. I don't know what it'll be. But when you think about encryption, like there will be a day coming where I think something cannot be encrypted enough. And I don't know, we may actually go backwards in technology at some point, which would be refreshing. That would be nice to go backwards in technology. Hopefully that's right before the robots take us over. So I said I think the number I put out, about 70 to 80 years, is probably what I think the lifespan of crypto will be, which means pretty much everybody watching this video, you probably be dead or cryogenically frozen by the time it goes out, depending on how much Bitcoin you have. So I just want to give you, as we get into this story, what my personal opinion is on the long term of crypto. Bullish on crypto for my whole lifetime. Outside of that, I don't really know how much longer it'll go. But whatever a person forecasts for cryptos, is getting harder to imagine a future without them. CNBC asked experts from a variety of fields to describe their vision for crypto 50 years from now. Ivory Johnson of Delaney Wealth Management says cryptos will disrupt traditional finance because one of their most attractive utilities, the ability to efficiently transfer payment across borders with little to no cost, XRP, delay or foreign currency fluctuations. With respect to Bitcoin, 50 years is a long time, and Bitcoin could either become the world reserve currency or the next AOL. Made a lot of people wealthy until it was unseated by better technology. Exactly. That's kind of what I see happening eventually. And look, I don't want to say, I could be totally wrong about that. Blockchain technology could lead to better encryption that could lead to, 256 SHA. I mean, that's how you say it, right? 256 SHA encryption. that's going to be cracked in the next probably 15 years, I think. Bitcoin's going to have to up the encryption. And at some point, with more encryption increases and quantum computing, I mean, I think it'll make sense to have something that will replace it down the road. But I could be wrong on that. I'll be dead, so it won't matter. Way before cryogenically frozen, excuse me. Frederick Kaufman says, way before 2071, the dollar will have more in common with crypto than silver or gold. So there is no need to doubt the longevity of encrypted algorithms as stores of value and media of exchange. All money is a form of encryption. It's been that way from the start. Dan Egan of Betterment. You know, I like the ones you get at the Mexican restaurant on the way out. You know, you just grab the ones and they want you to put a nickel in, but I never refuse a Betterment. Yeah, good. You like that. Cryptos like Bitcoin have proven themselves useful for money movement and speculation, and they're unlikely to go away. But where and how it will generate the energy to meet the demand of a growing crypto market is worth considering, as well as whether state actors who view it as a competitor to fiat will make it even more of a black market commodity. Dragan Bolsovich says central bank authorities are busy developing regulations on crypto. They'll recognize the digital currencies are native to the digital economy and as such are on their way to becoming mainstream in the next 10 years. Barbara Roper said, sorry, I decided a while back I'm too old for this issue. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. So somebody says they had a breakthrough with quantum computing, making chips as small as a smartphone, so we're making leaps and bounds. I will say this about quantum computing, because this is a concern for crypto 100%. Right now, and I'm going to give you my best guess, okay, off of stuff I've read. I think there's less than 20 quantum computers in the world right now. I believe that's the number. I think it's closer to 10. They're almost all at American universities. I don't know where they are internationally, but there's not that many of them. To understand quantum computing, the first thing you have to understand is they have to be stored at absolute zero. I believe it is. Correct? Or almost absolute zero. Incredibly freezing temperatures to even get them to operate. So that really limits where it can have one. This is like computing done on a molecular level, which is absolutely insane. It's kind of like the blending of, biology and computers, which is really crazy. But I think that, over time, they're going to, obviously, like any device, Moore's Law, right, says every, I think 2 years, the equipment gets easier to produce and gets cheaper, basically.
The power it produces.
The power gets more and it gets easier to produce.
And the cost to produce it halves.
Yeah, they actually say Moore's Law is broken. It's actually, we're developing faster than Moore's Law right now. So I don't know, they'll have to call it something that, I don't know, even faster. But quantum computing is a concern to pay attention to in crypto, but we're not there yet. Right now, when you're making investments, you don't have to think about that. Down the road, this is for people a lot smarter than me that work on these projects to figure out how to get around that stuff. But I don't think quantum computing is going to be a threat to crypto, other than we will have to increase encryption for sure. Bitcoin, the entire network, will have to come to consensus and improve encryption. There's other projects that can do it much faster. The first time a private key is broken, it will send shockwaves across all of crypto. And that, will probably happen at some point in the next 15 years. Somebody said, go up a little bit. I want to read this one last chat on the way out. No, the other on YouTube chat. Here's a very important question from Brian Miller. He says, do quantum computers have green dots, though? And the answer to that is absolutely not, until CryptoFace becomes woven into a quantum computer. And, of course, it'll be a computer that wears a mask. All right, guys, that's all I got. Love you guys. Be blessed. BitBoy out.